2, 1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Delusions of Grandeur. I am one of your hosts, but tonight we are going to go on about a 2013 film directed by Seth Rogan and Evan Goldberg, called This Is the End. It is an apocalyptic comedy film, and it's based on a short film called Jay and Seth versus the Apocalypse from 2007.
That's interesting.
The film stars James Franco, Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, Jay Baruchel, Danny McBride, Craig Robinson, Michael Cera, and Emma Watson. So I'm going to read what this is somewhat about. Well, actually, I'm just going to put it out there. 6 friends end up gathering at James Franco's house while the end of the world begins to happen around them, and they have to deal with each other and the situation that cometh. So, your first impressions of this film, Boris, and thank you for coming back to the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. I must say I really enjoyed this movie. Yeah, it was the first time watching. Well, as usual, I watched it once earlier today and now with you again. It was a really good dark comedy. I enjoyed it a lot, and all the apocalyptic elements make it all the more interesting to me. As you know, I like this topic in movies. So, yeah, it was definitely very good.
Oh yeah. My first impression of this was like, holy fuck. I mean, this movie went from batshit to batshit crazy.
We could say so.
So, one thing I want to say about this film is that all of the characters in here are actually playing themselves. So it's almost like it's all these Hollywood comedy like hipsters of this early 2000s to late 2000s era have gotten together to do their own bro movie, in a sense, to me. And it's got humor. It's got some drama. It's got some dick jokes. I mean, you name it, it's fucking in there. So, but let's take a look at the plot line. So, Jay evidently hasn't come into town to see Seth in a while, and I guess normally he doesn't stay with him, but I guess he does to try to repair the distance of their friendship. And I guess they have all these things planned, and then suddenly he's like, "Hey, man, I know this party down the road at James Franco's new house. Why don't we go?" And he's like, "No, man, I don't think I want to go." And they, of course, they end up going there, and they show up, and there's all these people there, and I guess Seth ends up doing exactly what he promised him not to do, which is like he goes off on his own in the party and like leaves him hanging with none other than Jonah Hill, which apparently he's uncomfortable around him, and he really, I guess, hates him, how happy he is, and all that jazz. And no one's that fucking happy, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
So, what do you think about Seth Rogan as a character?
Well, he was okay as far as I could tell. Maybe not too deeply fleshed out, but then again, characters in comedies seldom are. uh, but yeah, he was okay, I guess. What do you think?
I don't know. I think he was kind of an asshole, kind of.
Well, they all kind of were, but why?
Oh well, I think that he was really excited about seeing his friend. The only thing is, he couldn't just like hang with him. He had to hang with his friends and try to get his friend to be more involved with his friends. And I think Jay was hoping to just have kind of um, a vacation away from that kind of a thing.
Oh,
And he didn't get that, and so that was part of it. And I feel like I've had that kind of a friend before,
ah,
where I'm normally used to like doing my own thing, and if I want to be invited to a party, I will go to a party. I won't be dragged to it, you know. You know.
yeah, makes sense. I didn't really think of it that way while watching the movie.
But in any case, what do you think about Jay as a character?
Well, actually, I somewhat disliked him as a character, not too much, but there was this one scene when this guy Danny said how at one point when Jay was in town and he didn't want Seth to know in spite of them supposedly being friends. That was, in my opinion, a kind of assholish thing to do.
Well, maybe he did the same kind of shit the last time, where he just couldn't just be, you know, and brought him to all kinds of parties and shit, and ended up like leaving him in the corner somewhere where he really didn't want to be there, and because he's such an introvert, he's not the kind of social bunny as Seth Rogan appears to be, you know.
Well, yeah, I guess.
But we're not talking about like regular people. These are actually actors who are getting together as friends, and it seems like you know, they have their relationship issues.
Yeah, we could say that.
So, what do you think about James Franco as a character?
Oh, he was a funny one, but yeah, in the end, he uh, kind of turned out to be an asshole too. But well, that was kind of the point of the whole movie, all of them being assholes.
Yes.
Yeah,
So, at some point in this film, Jade decides he wants to go and get a pack of smokes. And while they were at this gas station, all of a sudden, everything shakes. People get sucked up into these like blue lighted beams, and all hell breaks loose. What do you think about this moment here?
Actually, I think that's the moment when the movie suddenly becomes good. There was a lot of smashing and stuff like that, which I usually find amusing in comedies.
Well, yeah.
And
um, I kind of like that whole gas station situation for some reason. I mean, this little girl comes in with her father, asks to go to the bathroom, and the lady at the counter is like, "No,
oh yeah,
paying customers only."
yeah, she was a nasty one, and she kind of got what she deserved.
Yeah, she kind of did, but ultimately, no one deserves a death as gory as that.
Okay, that's true. I wasn't thinking about it so seriously in a comedy.
I, I don't know. Me, I kind of feel like neutral on that death. In a way, it was kind of like they did everything they could to purposely turn around and have you go saying, "What the fuck?" You know.
Indeed.
I mean, they start running outside the gas station, and cars. Well, a cop car comes and crashes into the gas station. There's another car that careens past them and crashes, and everybody's like running all over the place. There's explosions, and they end up making it back to James Franco's house, and after seeing like all these people get zapped up into the sky, and seeing like everybody at the party still fucking there, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't there, or was that later when most of those people got killed and only a few of them were left?
That was after Jay came in and started telling James Franco and everybody else about the people getting beamed up into the sky and shit like that, and they were like, "What are you on, man?" You know.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, shakes a little bit, and then it has a big ass shake. Oh, what do you think about Michael Cera's character?
We didn't really see much of him. He was one of the first to die.
Well, he was at the party, and he was blowing like what we consider crack in the people's faces, and then he was getting his dick sucked in the bathroom.
That guy.
Yeah.
That was funny. Like when this other guy was it Jay who entered the bathroom, or who was it? I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah, it was Jay. Jay. He tried to enter the bathroom, and there were these two girls. One was licking his ass, and one was stuck in his dick.
Yeah, they didn't mind Jay walking in, and they would have been okay with him doing his thing while they are doing theirs.
Right. And then when everybody like ran out of the house, he was one that stood out to me because everybody was like talking, and then suddenly he shouted in the middle of all of that, "Hey, did somebody take my fucking phone?"
Oh, that was good.
And right before that, everybody, when they got outside the house, they saw that like everything was on fire, things were burning, and right about that moment when Michael Sierra was like standing there talking about his bone, the earth cracked open, and a light post fell into him, stabbed him, and dragged him down into hell, or into whatever fiery pit was there.
Uh,
And then we had a moment where like there was this big ass hole, and people were dropping into the hole and struggling to keep from falling to their deaths. And I thought I saw Chris Tucker in there. I'm not sure, but
possibly.
he was that other token black guy that ended up getting that arm like stuck to his leg, and he was like, ah!
I always love your impersonations.
But in any case, Jay is like hanging on for dear life in the hole, along with this other guy, and he's trying to ask him, "Can you hold my weight?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to try to hold your weight." And so he swings his weight, and I guess he doesn't like catch his grip, and he ends up falling to his doom. And I guess he gets out of the hole, and he comes back in, and I guess it's just the five of them at the moment. Oh, and what's really weird is that Emma Thompson from Harry Potter is in this film too as the token white girl.
Yeah.
And she's kind of funny, sort of, because they make fun of Jay, him and Craig. Her and Craig. They make fun of him for not liking like the Universal movies that everybody else likes. So they ask him about Forrest Gump, and he's like, "Yeah, of course, I love it. Life is like a box of chocolates," and stuff like that. But she ends up showing up a little bit later, axe in hand, and they invite her to crash. But then Jay has to bring up like the fact that there are a whole bunch of guys with one girl. Isn't that like unsafe or some shit? And I guess she overhears a little bit of it, and she runs.
No, she attacks them with an axe.
Yeah, so that's kind of weird. And of course, their friend. Well, evidently I like this part once they get together and finally like start to talk about what might be going on, because some of them believe it's like a zombie apocalypse, but Jay thinks it's the whole Judgment Day thing, which is what it ends up being in the end. But we don't entirely like know that for sure until we start seeing like some of the creatures that end up like starting to attack them, and I guess they pulled an exorcism in here with the whole shebang. I mean,
yeah, the exorcism was really good. I just wish they had included the. I mean, they are making references.
Yeah, and then Jonah Hill, Jonah, when James Franco ended up. You still here?
Uh, Hello, I'm sorry, my internet connection broke.
About that, ladies and
For
gentlemen.
Yeah, sorry once again. I hope it doesn't happen again. It's the second time it happened today, so if it happens again, I may have to go downstairs and reset my router. But yeah, let's hope it doesn't happen. Where were we? The exorcism, right?
Yeah, sort of, kind
Uh,
of. That kind of pops up where Jonah Hill is kind of having these like night dreams, or at least he thinks they're dreams, and then he's like, "This is motherfucking real." And then of course it shows up that he is actually demon possessed, and he basically tells them that they're gonna die in a ring of fire. um, and spouts off some like ancient tongue or something like that at first, and then all of a sudden it speaks English. Um, and this is told to what is it, James Franco and Seth Rogan. And one of the things that I think I kind of enjoyed is when they went and drawed sticks of who was going to go out, like and get the water, or who was going to go out and get food and or whatnot. Because I thought this was kind of interesting. They took a box of matches, and they took 6 matches and burned one, and whoever chose the burnt match went out, got chosen to go out and do the shit. Well, the second time they did that, Seth Rogan supposedly got the burnt like match,
yeah.
and he chose to not go.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah. I kind of forgot that for a moment. Yeah, that it kind of explains why he is an asshole too.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. And of course, there's the James Franco roommate dude, who is Danny McBride. He, I guess, comes in and like cooks half their food that they have in the place, not realizing that the apocalypse is going on at that point in time. And he like make breakfast for them and shit. Well, he made it for him technically, but and I think some of the moments between him and James Franco were kind of funny, even though they're like dick jokes and coming jokes and
Those were good, especially when they were arguing about the magazine.
yeah. Who jizzed on my mag? That's just not cool. and then Danny's like, okay, I did it, and I'm gonna do whatever I want, whenever I want. I'm gonna come inside any of your shit anytime I want.
Yeah. In all honesty, I would also be pissed if someone destroyed something mine.
Well, and while this whole thing is going on, they kind of boarded up the place, and there's a guy who actually busts in and says and asks if he can come in, and James Franco is like, oh no, we should let him in. We don't even know him. He could be some kind of serial rapist. He could want to titty fuck us or some shit. And somehow or other, I guess, somehow he gets like sucked out of that hole, and his head gets like lopped off, and they're kicking his head around like it's a soccer ball.
Yeah.
What did you think about that moment? I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was definitely morbidly hilarious. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it already was morbidly hilarious when that happened to his head in the first place. But then, what was the deal all of a sudden with them starting to kick his head like a ball?
And I guess Craig got the first burnt match to go out and get the water, and I guess they put it like this long rope on him or string or something like that, just kind of hold him back or whatever. And I guess we didn't see whatever creature was after him, but he saw something out there, and it tried to get him when he came back because his string was still outside the door, so it dragged him back against the door, and I guess Jay asked for a knife to be thrown towards him. Well, I guess it was thrown towards him, and it got him in the leg.
Yeah.
And it just goes bonkers from here. I mean, well, I guess Craig and Jay are foraging for food in the house over like across the fog. That's when Jonah Hill gets demonized, and he throws Seth around. He throws James Franco around. And then finally, when Jay and Craig come back, that's when they knock his ass out.
Yeah.
But while this is going on, they're dealing with this demonized bull-looking character that looks like it could be in between like a demonic bull or but acting like a big ass bulldog.
Oh yeah, that was definitely an interesting character. I wonder if it was maybe inspired by some particular entity from the Book of Revelation. I thought it might have to do with the seven-headed beast from chapter 13, although this beast had only one head as far as we saw, but then again, we also did see Satan in this movie, who is described in Revelation as a seven-headed dragon, and here he first appears with only one head, but then six other heads appear later on. So I was thinking maybe this beast also had six hidden heads, and maybe that could be it.
I think he had 8 heads.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Because at a certain point in time, evidently, we see the devil a couple of times. We see him kind of smallish, sort of, as I guess he's kind of. Oh, that's when Craig ends up like going at him with like a sock or something, or a rock in an underwear or something like that. And because he sacrificed himself, he got beamed to heaven or whatever. And I guess they eventually all decided that Danny McBride was definitely out because he was eating up all their food and all their resources. And he just kind of left on his own. And lo and behold, when they finally drive the car to a certain place, they end up running into him because he is kind of like this leader of this pack of cannibals that the three of them run into. And I guess James Franco almost got beamed to heaven, but he decided to be an asshole while he was being beamed up. So I guess he got eaten by cannibals. What did you think about this group of cannibals?
Well, they were nasty, I must say, and I was surprised. I mean, okay, Danny kind of was an asshole throughout the movie, but being a cannibal really took it to a whole other level.
And I guess Danny McBride ended up making Tatum his like love sex slave little bitch.
Oh yeah.
Now I remember seeing in an unrated version of this movie where Channing Tatum actually charged the devil and got eaten or something like that. I don't know whether it was, but maybe I'm wrong. But I remember something like that, or was it Danny McBride? I don't know. I remember something a little different happening with them too. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong movie. But
now I'm curious.
well, yeah. I've never seen the devil in all of his glory until this movie. So it was more or less like I guess the devil let it all hang out. He had no shame.
I must say, aside from having us look at the devil's penis for some reason, I actually thought the way they made this devil character, I think it looked rather amazing. I mean, I have seen some movies that have to do with Revelation, Apocalypse, and so on, but I don't remember any other one where we literally saw Satan in the form of a seven-headed dragon. And
that was pretty badass.
Yeah. Aside from having to see his dick, which was hilarious, I must say. But
it's something you don't expect.
Yeah. Aside from that, he actually looked rather amazing. I mean, if they made a statue of that character, it would probably become a part of my collection.
Yeah, you don't expect him to look like Adonis, but I guess he was definitely well formed. Or should I say well endowed?
Well, yeah, but that's not quite the reason why I said I would want a statue of him in my collection. I mean, I like all the imagery from the Book of Revelation, and the seven-headed dragon and the seven-headed beast would definitely be some of the things I would love to have in my collection,
just not the equipment, huh?
Yeah, I guess that doesn't necessarily have to be included. I mean, although maybe I shouldn't be so discriminative, as I do have a Lilith statue with her breasts revealed and so on, so...
Regardless, this was definitely a beasted up devil. And I thought the other creatures were kind of cool looking too.
You did.
I definitely feel like they put like the exact amount of money into it that it needed for whatever they were able to create. And I think this was a fun film to do with friends, and I wonder if some of it was like ad-libbed, like throughout the film. Like some of it may have not been in the original script.
Possibly, I guess that happens fairly often.
But I get a kick out of some of the shit that went on, like when they found out that they could be redeemed and stuff like that. So that whole experience of Seth Rogan telling him you deserve to go to heaven and whatnot. And then when he finally gets beamed out of the devil's mouth.
Oh, oh, that was amazing.
Well, these are. I have to say the graphics on this film was amazing.
Yeah.
For CGI, this was top of the line. So to me, I think. However, I mean, at first, I mean, when they were in the gas station, I don't know if you've seen Jurassic World, Jurassic Park 2.
I think I may have seen it at some point, but I don't remember much from it.
Really? There's this moment where the T-Rex is like running, rampaging through either L.A. or New York or whatever. I think it might be L.A. And there's this guy running towards a Blockbuster and gets eaten. Well, the way the storefront looked, it kind of looked like that gas station front. But so for a moment, I was like, wait a minute. Have I seen this store before? It used to be a Blockbuster, didn't it?
Interesting.
I don't know. It's just parts of that like storefront from when they were looking out just seems somewhat familiar. I don't know why. Maybe it isn't, but it kind of looked like that same glass front that the guy was running towards and got eaten by a T-Rex.
Yeah, I get it.
But in any case, I guess so. All the friends, except for James, get like beamed up to heaven, and then that's when when they open up the doors, or the doors open up, and Craig says, "Welcome to heaven, motherfuckers."
Yeah, that was brilliant. But I think they don't all get beamed up. This guy, Jonah, he died. And Danny, I think he as well. Well, okay, he didn't deserve to go to heaven.
No, definitely not. But he definitely played his part to a T.
Oh, definitely. And wait, three of them made it to heaven. Who didn't? Jonah, James Franco, and
Danny
yeah,
McBride.
Danny, yeah.
I don't think we saw Emma Thompson up there. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. But I guess once they get to heaven, I guess you can wish whatever you want, because apparently, well, I know that the Backstreet Boys was kind of a musical influence in this this film for some apparent reason. So it's if I remember correctly, I heard Snoop Dogg in there, some old school rap. And so the music was kind of interesting. I mean, they even played Black Sabbath a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So
and Whitney Houston.
Oh yeah, Whitney Houston. That was awesome.
Yes, it was.
That was an awesome scene. I just can't get over that scene. I could play that scene over and over if I really wanted to. The whole "and I will always love you."
Yeah, and it happens just when Seth gets beamed up from inside the devil's mouth.
Fucking brilliant.
Yes, definitely.
This movie is really a masterpiece, I think. As far as horror comedies go, I mean, this definitely went out there. It's one of my favorite. I think it is my favorite film of Seth Rogen's. I don't like Pineapple Express, which I'm not sure who directed that or whatnot. I know they. Oh, that's right. When they decided to like use up all the drugs, they decided to make a fan version of Pineapple Express too.
So all those movies they mentioned in this one, they all exist.
Yeah, some of them do,
Oh, nice.
but I wasn't a fan of Pineapple Express myself. So, but Seth Rogen is in it, and so is James Franco, from what I remember. I know I've got the movie. I may have to like rewatch it again. But when I put it on for myself and Tammy, we didn't like it at the time. I don't know why, but the humor was flat. And Michael Cera, it's been hard to like his films that he's in. He's so introverted, and I don't know. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I get it. That's got some gamer humor or whatnot. And Juno, I love the soundtrack for that. But I'm just not a fan of the film in general. It's basically about a teen romance during pregnancy. So
Yeah, I see what you mean.
but in any case, other than that, I thought everybody did their part. I thought there was definitely a lot of swearing.
Oh, yeah, I must say I really like the fact that they weren't holding themselves back in that aspect. It's much more natural this way.
I guess so, but not every single word should be shit, fuck, ass. I on some movies it doesn't work. In this movie, it worked. Where it just I know I could probably be sitting next to my mother and her like turning her head and not listening to it. Oh, what a bunch of pigs!
Yeah.
I mean, my mom. If she wasn't my mother and I didn't have a sister, I could swear she could have been a nun. So, that being said, at the end of the day, what were your thoughts on the film?
Well, like I said, I really enjoyed it. As you can see throughout even throughout this discussion, how many times I laughed while remembering particular moments from the movie. It was really amazing. I don't remember watching any other comedy about the apocalypse, so that was pretty good. And yeah, I laughed a lot of times during the movie. It was great, really.
So, would you say that this is a new favorite film?
Hmm, well, as far as horror comedies go, maybe, but for horror in general, I still have my favorites. uh,
So, if there was a favorite scene that you could take from this film, what would it be?
I think it would have to be either the exorcism scene, or I really loved that one when this guy was in jail. I think when he put a cross together for the exorcism from two spatulas, or at least one thing was a spatula, the other one we didn't see the end of. Maybe it was some other kitchen utensil, but yeah, that was funny.
Yeah,
And
it was definitely some exorcism humor in there.
yeah, and I was just speaking about that when my connection broke. I wanted to say, since they were making some references to the movie The Exorcist, I totally missed that line from The Exorcist. Your mother sucks cocks in hell. They totally should have included that one here. And yeah, and aside from that scene, I also liked the one with "I will always love you." We have already discussed that one.
I will have to say that particular I gotta admit, when the devil walks in with his strong hanging down, that part's my favorite. I don't know why. I'm not gay like that.
Well, it's hilarious.
It's hilarious because you don't expect it. I mean, he just walks out. You see his schlong, and you're like, "Holy fuck!" They went all out on this shit.
Well, in all honesty, I often found myself wondering, like,
Well, do you think that the devil wore plaid shoes?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Do you think the devil wore plaid shoes?
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that term in English. What kind of shoes are those?
Well, just I just remember it being a movie and hearing the phrase before. If I guess. I guess in your case, it would probably be if somebody put you in concrete galoshes.
In concrete, what?
Galoshes.
Galoshes.
Yeah, if they put you in concrete galoshes, that means that that you're swimming with the fishes. Or it's mob terminology for they're going to bury you in cement.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And sometimes they would put concrete galoshes on you, so they would take and put your feet in cement.
Oh, that sounds nasty.
But no, the mob definitely came up with some interesting ways of torture.
Yeah,
We're gonna put you on ice. We're gonna have you sleeping with the fishes.
ew.
That means taking you out to some random place in water and making sure you disappear.
Oh.
Or, a lot of times the mobs would actually have coolers with dead fish where they'd stick your cold dead body
Oh.
in. Or you'd find yourself on a meat hook. Hey, then there's of course the well, in any case, that's a totally different story for another time. I should probably stop telling you about mob deaths. Might be giving you nightmares or some shit.
Well, I guess I have seen a lot in horror already.
Well, we could give you a necktie. That's where they kill you with a necktie.
Oh.
Anyways, my favorite scene would probably be when the devil's dick was hanging out, but also I will always love you.
Definitely. Well,
Oh,
those were.
oh, sweet. I'll send roses in like a week. Anyways, but black roses.
Ooh.
In any case, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully, you enjoyed our discussion on this film. It was definitely an entertaining movie. Trying to think. Okay, so when regarding why they made the film, Rogan and Goldberg told interviewers that we always wanted to do a movie where people played themselves and something extraordinary happened. The initial version of the film was Seth Rogan and Busta Rhymes were filming a music video and a film, respectively, on the Sony lot, and Ant-Men attacked from the center of the Earth. The film is also based on Jay and Seth versus the Apocalypse, a short film created by Rogan.
Oh, that should. I think I should check that out.
Yeah, I saw it was on YouTube, and I didn't even realize this was based on a short film until I started reading about it.
Cool.
If you drill down to the core, what I do, it's just ripping off bits of Charlie Kaufman. Seth and I always loved the Larry Sanders Show too, and the popularity of reality television now also feeds into that idea whether what we're watching is actually real. We thought working with our friends in that situation would be awesome because they're all comedians willing to take stabs at themselves. The actors play exaggerated versions of themselves, with only James Franco having no objections to doing what the script wanted him to do. Well, yeah, they make jokes about him sucking dick a lot.
Yeah, I can see why he wouldn't want to do that.
Like I like it when they all come to the breakfast table and Danny McBride tells him exactly what he thinks of them. And James Franco's got this shit on his face that looks like he might have sucked someone's dick at that moment, you know?
Yeah.
when he had actually been only shaving upstairs. So, in any case, during filming, Emma Watson left production due to scenes being improvised that she felt uncomfortable with, such as the progression of the graphic nature of the scenes involving Danny McBride as a cannibal and his sex slave, Channing Tatum.
So that's why her character disappeared so early.
Rogan confirmed this, stating it was an overall shitty situation, and it must have been hard for her to say something, elaborating, "I'm very sorry and disappointed it happened, and I wish I had done more to prevent it." During production, the film's working title was The Apocalypse, which was later changed to The End of the World. The name was then changed to This Is the End on December 20th, 2012, upon the release of its first trailer and poster. This was done at the request of Rogan's Paul co-star Simon Pegg, who wrote to Rogan in concern that The End of the World was similar to his comedy film The World's End, which was also released in summer 2013 and centered around an apocalypse with an ensemble cast. So, in any case, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed our discussion on this film. Hopefully you could follow it and deal with our shenanigans here.
Hopefully, yeah.
It's basically a straightforward film. I mean, this group of friends gets stuck in the apocalypse, so and you just watch them go through hell and have the possibility of being saved.
Pretty much.
And I guess the Backstreet Boys returned in the end of, in heaven.
Yeah.
Which I wonder if at the time, if the Backstreet Boys returned to music in this movie.
Ooh, good question.
From being away from being a band, you know, know if that might have been the actual like come out like moment.
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
I don't know either, but it is 2021, and this movie is already 11 years old. So
I think that would be 8 years old.
8 years old. There we go. 8 years old. But in any case, hopefully you enjoy. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be back next week with the end of days.
Oh, yay!
So thank you. Enjoy.
Thank you all.